because you don't want to leave that yellow where it is. It's a pretty short hit and roll underneath staggered guards now, and then you're forced. Even if you straight draw, he's got that same hit and roll. Plus, you can sit 3 if you make it.
So, Sam Strauss has his mind made up. See, there's some early risers here in Martensville with their Timmy's coffee in the back. Thurston works hard to hold this one. They hold it well enough.
Yeah, made the run, didn't really roll away and make the shot any harder. Running's looking awful hard at the doubles. If you just get the roll behind, it doesn't matter whether you make the double. Yeah, the double is probably dead jam, or the roll behind is probably dead jamming, but you can't really worry about that.
There's only one thing that we're missing this morning, buddy. Black uniforms with red trim.
Are they coming later, or are they done? They might all be done. Oh, Jordan McDonald's still here. Yeah, this looks like he's more interested in trying to get the triple. And he did. That works.
That does not suck.
Viewers at home might be able to hear them a little better than we can. We don't have any audio in our headsets, so I didn't know that this was what he was playing, but probably a little tougher than making the hit and roll. Better result. There's no risk now, and it's going to have to be a blank opportunity for Samuel Strauss. Sorry.
So Strauss on the blank. Thurston cleans it on the way down. The blank is in the books. Team Tuma will have hammer in 2 when we come back on Curling Stadium.
Aztec Safety is #1 for online safety training.
Aztec Safety is the proud sponsor of the Aztec Safety Challenge, the #1 event on the World Curling Tour.
And Aztec Safety has been a proud sponsor of Team Jacobs on our quest to represent Canada at the Olympic Games.
Welcome back to Martensville with a blank end in the opener. Tuma and the Americans have hammer here in the quarterfinals of the Curling Stadium Martensville International. And that was a huge triple by Rylan Kleiter to get out of that end.
Yeah, we see a different start to this second end, to the center guard, now a corner guard.
But both teams getting into it. Lots of fun. This is just a hair heavy. Ends up back mustache.
It's back T. Theirs was 4-3.
So here comes the come around from Connor Kaufman. This also has plenty of weight. Checked up a little bit on him, but still in a great spot. Trevor Johnson with the delivery. Team Kleiter playing three-handed. Matt Hall not with the team.
And with a slightly different lineup than normal, and I'm trying to sneak peeks back. So their last round robin game they played in this configuration too, with Trevor in the house. We did one of their games earlier on, and Rylan was still in the house.
Said could have been a minor injury. Well, hopefully it's minor. If it is, can't speculate. We don't know.
He could have been nursing something the whole time too, because early on in the event, when we did their game, he was wearing a hoodie instead of their normal uniform, and you just wonder now. Again, I'm only speculating, but you just wonder, did he have a little bit of an injury that he's been trying to keep warm? Don't know. So we did their game Friday night, and they were still playing under their normal Yeah, I am going to find out when this happened, but maybe not why.
We can try to do some trolling on our back channels. Put our crack research team on it. Do you know this is Joshua Mattern on the delivery?
It's not like Rylan has never swept. He's done a fair amount of doubles play as well, although I don't know if he was playing doubles at all this year.
Do you even sweep, bro?
Okay, so at the start of their game yesterday morning, Rylan was still in the house. Trevor was still wearing the hoodie. So it was the game yesterday afternoon where they were in this lineup, but that's not going to tell me why.
So everyone, you can tear down the roadblocks. Mystery
Well-
somewhat solved.
Well, somewhat, but it does make me wonder if he was nursing something coming in, because he's wearing the hoodie in the 3 games where he was sweeping, and now that he doesn't have to sweep, he's wearing the regular jacket. So it does make me wonder, and it probably wasn't anything serious, but it's a long season. You maybe have something with an arm or a shoulder or something like that. Could even be back, I suppose. Well, you wouldn't think so at that age. At my age, I could hurt my back sleeping wrong. But
Oh, good.
yeah,
You made the old joke before I did.
But he played those first 3 games where he was brushing, played them with a hoodie, and now that he's standing in the house where he presumably should be colder because he's not sweeping at all, he's down to the regular jacket. So it just makes me wonder if he was wearing the hoodie just to keep something a little bit warm. I know James Gordon had to do the ice this morning, so he's got to be awake. Let's see what he can find. Are you listening, James? See what you can find out.
Good amount of pace in this stone from Kevin Tuma. Just gets the one off the top. Shot stone still belongs to Rylan Kleiter. But threatened.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure you really want to try to come in. I think if you could stagger the guard, that'd be great. But you come in, he's still run the guard back. And you don't want to give him a shot where he could run the guard back, maybe kill the yellow, kill the red at the back of the button, and leave the run back stone in the rings. This might be deeper than you really like to put it, if with the call here.
So Josh Mattern. See, Rylan Kleiter has the sleeve on the arm too.
Yeah, those aren't necessarily indicative of an injury. There are a lot of players nowadays that they're far more conscious of the physical issues than my generation was. We never thought about that fact, but it's one of the things I've been through it with some of the trainers nowadays. This is towards the end of my career, and that was like 12 years ago. Because we do everything out of balance. So most brushers tend to brush with the same arm down, and now you'll see a number of players using those compression sleeves on their straight arm, the one that's on the lower part of the handle, because we're recognizing that we're not using our body in balance, and if you don't do some things for that, I can attest that later in life you pay for it every morning.
And they get some stuff moving there.
Yeah, leaves the yellow open though, and he lost the run back stone, so still not a bad situation for Kleiter.
A chance to be split here.
I think he'll try to roll under the guard. You just can't roll. You don't dare stick a piece out past the guard. That would leave a double, and then he's out of the end. You roll open side right now, and with Tuma knowing that he's going to be forced, he might just come around.
First of 2 on the way from Rylan Kleiter. Trying to sit 2 here.
Yeah, needs to roll.
Mattern working it hard. They get the roll. Is it far enough under cover?
It's
That's
a piece
pretty good.
under. Yeah, that's not bad. There's no double. Draw to beat it would be really tough. You actually probably have forced him to play kind of a finesse shot.
Try to dig it and tap it back just a little bit.
I think that's all you got. It's actually rolled to a pretty good spot because you roll 6 inches further, he probably plays a corner freeze on it. Well, you corner freeze to it now where you're shot, it's pretty easy to get it out. So you probably have to move it. Trying to move it. You still want to get awfully close to the nose because if you flop out into the center line side, there'll be room to pass it by the red.
Just back wide.
So here's Sam Strauss.
Just back wide. Close up. Space. Whoa. Up. And just back wide. Whoa. Back wide. Whoa. Whoa. Straight. Whoa. Back wide. Girl. Straight. Back wide.
I don't know if he's got the weight to move it far enough.
Gonna over curl here.
I mean, his shooter's dead buried, and he's still got a shot at the red one. That really moved hard at the end.
You have a shot for 2 if Kleiter doesn't get to throw, but there's the problem.
Well, and you might have a shot even if he does get to throw. Like, he's probably got to play the corner freeze, I think, because Strauss could come through that port on the outturn side, get to the yellow one, and push it onto the red.
Right, that was what I was looking at first.
So I don't think you can't guard. You can't take both shots away. He's got shots on the in-turn and the out-turn. You get to the corner freeze, that little push is only for 1. Boy, that's tough. He's talking about trying to move the yellow, but look at where it ended up. It's over buried from this side.
Well, he did just see how far that stone finished.
So 4-7 to like T-line.
Boy, you bounce into the open, though. You give him a pretty easy double for 2. Just make the corner freeze. Yes, he's going to have the shot on the outturn side, but it's only for 1 because his shooter's rolling away from the 4-foot.
Last stone in the end for Kleiter. Needs a dandy here. Josh Mattern walking it down. I'm trying to carve it over. Gonna move it a little bit. They lie too, and my question is, did he move it enough?
I think he's okay. It didn't quite roll into the open. There is still the run back for 2, though.
Oh, for sure.
And I'm not sure it's any harder than the draw. Like, the draw is tough to get 1. You expect at this level to make it at least, so you're not going to give up more than 1, but...
You see there, you would need full 4 to cut it down to 1, and a big chunk of the button to score 1. Whereas you run that back, you can get your 2.
You can. You could also give up 3.
Well, they're hoping that that doesn't happen.
This is actually probably the easiest shot to score, too. This is, as odd as it may sound to see there to say, this looks easier than to draw to what he can see of the button.
So Tuma has the broom down. Sam Strauss looking for the long run back for 2. Final stone the second.
Well, he was not narrow.
This is way out there, and I don't think they're going to be able to walk this over. They cannot. It's a steal of 2 for Rylan Kleiter. They have the advantage. Tuma has a hammer when we come back from Martensville.
Aztec Safety is #1 for online safety training.
Aztec Safety is the proud sponsor of the Aztec Safety Challenge, the #1 event on the World Curling Tour.
And Aztec Safety has been a proud sponsor of Team Jacobs on our quest to represent Canada at the Olympic Games.
Welcome back to Martensville. Kleiter with 2 stolen points in the second end. Leaves Tuma with the hammer, corner guard up.
Yeah, I don't think that first corner guard was called. Seems
Oh, I think
unlikely
that-
that Kleiter wanted it over there.
Yeah, it's a relatively odd place to put a stone without hammer.
Line's good. Call forward. Okay, that's fine. At least. No, wait, you could take this. I don't think we need to. You're hanging a little wide.
So Trevor Johnson brings this one into the 4-foot. Right there, top eyebrow.
With that first one ending up well over to the corner, that was while we were still in the break, so we don't know what happened there. I'm going to assume it must have picked. But it's a lot easier for Tuma to make a decision, well, we're just going to ignore that stone in the 4-foot, try to come around the corner. But you got to make it. That's okay. Hanging on at the back 12-foot is okay.
Did come out far enough they can be chased.
It did, but I mean, anytime, this is my own personal view on it, when you start coming around these corner guards, if anything you want to overcurl, yes, they can make a play on it, but they're going to have to roll out a play and then you get another chance. You don't want to leave it on the center line side part way open. Then they hit and roll to the middle and they start to pile rocks up in the middle where you maybe have to deal with them.
And they do clip that one out.
Deep isn't bad either. You get deep buried. Like, if they're playing a freeze, you've got last rock here. If you can get them to play a freeze around the corner, you're happy with that. It means you've got stuff to work with for the rest of the end. The key here is get this buried.
Coleman first.
Top 12, top 8. Line's good. Top 12. Close. No, line's good. Top 8. Line's green. Top 8. Line's green. It's real close. Top 8. 6. Counter, yep. Yep. Much separation as you can get. Hard. Every inch.
They looped this one around pretty nicely. A little bit shorter than I think they would have liked.
Yeah, it is a pretty short run.
3/4. Yeah, you'll probably
Might even be able to make the double and roll into the rings.
like that. Yeah.
Ooh,
Oh, they just get the top one. Commentator's curse strikes again. And they do hang on. I'm not going to mean too much, though.
Well, it probably means we're not looking at any chance for a blank here. I mean, we're early in the end, but you're not likely to ever get a chance to go after that stone.
Johnson not accustomed to putting up the score. Forgot to hang the blank first.
Top 12. Okay, line's good. Just top 8.
Well, technically, it's not his job anyway.
Well, that's true.
Line's green.
Rylan also not accustomed to putting up the score.
Come on, keep going, guys. Come on.
The guy who usually puts up the scores for this team isn't here this weekend, and they maybe didn't discuss who was going to do it in his absence. Matters who's third here for sure.
I'm thinking it's yellow.
It's red.
A little bit of inexperience in the house because he doesn't tell the commentators who's got third. He's supposed to point.
I know, it's very inconsiderate.
I don't think it never changes this call. He's going after this Yellowstone. He's got to sit 2 off this for sure. And you try to make the double really hard in the middle. So probably nose hit looks like the best option to me. You start rolling and you actually, either way, and you actually make the double easier. The nose is as awkward an angle as you're going to get.
I
They
think
got
that,
nose.
we'll see. Left the double. Not going to play it, though.
No, well, and this makes me think the yellow is third shot.
Okay, let's cross it. It's like control with half. Yeah. Me a little off the edge.
So he's still thinking about about possibly getting 3 here. You make the hit and the long roll across to get under cover. You're sitting second and third, and shot stone is wide open. That definitely puts 3 into play. I mean, you could do it anyway, but it's hard to bring that yellow one back into play at the top if it's not already out counting the one on the side.
Clean. 5. Clean. Whoa, girl. 10. Girl. Double. Girl. Girl. Still girl. One girl.
That was not what they were trying to do.
Nope.
Get the spin back? Well, he did.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
But it's definitely fourth.
We have a battle of biters here.
Well, he pointed this time, so we know the red one on the side beats the yellow one on the other side. We just don't know who's got shot between the two on the left side or the right side as we look at the overhead. See, and that's another one that makes me think that yellow must be shot because he doesn't want to leave another biter around when yellow's already got second shot, even though it's second and fourth. Yeah, you might not have any other choices. The house isn't set up well for them to play a draw anywhere.
Gonna draw back 8 and split it that way, or?
Well, yeah, but that leaves a double. He's looking at possibly throwing a guard. That's tough. Yeah, I think you probably got to hit this.
A guard is scary to me.
Yeah, well, the problem with this hit, like he's eliminating a yellow stone, but how do you not leave a double off this one? Whether you roll or not. Like if hit and stay right there, there is a double. If you roll anywhere towards the middle, there's still a double, maybe a different double, but that's the problem. Is you're going to have to leave a double here, but I don't see what else you do. You don't want to ignore a yellow stone.
So Kleiter holding this one out there. Make the hit. It does roll.
That's probably pretty good. I mean, yes, you leave a double, but you were always going to leave a double. I don't think, well, I mean, if he wants to throw weight, he can throw the double and try for the long roll, but you're flirting with rolling out then. You're not making that double because it's so close to the nose. You know, you can probably get away with 3/4 and you still hit the back one. But you're asking for a 4 to 5 foot roll. You've got to throw a little bit of weight if you're going to make that. Sweeping for curl early right away again.
Now back the other way. 1-2. Gonna lose a shooter though. Did not want to do that.
Might just be popping those a little bit. Well, now this looks like they think the red is shot rock.
Yeah. They want to be though, like fighting before, right? I think you're middle 8 for ice. Right.
That was Kevin. It was Sam who popped it last end.
Well, Kevin did it on both of his shots this end.
Well.
He hit both of them on the outside, trying to hit the other side of the rock.
So Kleiter with his first.
You're carrying it. Hard, Josh. Hard. Little more. Little more.
Gets that to a pretty good spot. No double there.
No, and he wanted to be deep enough. So now you see Strauss
Now we're
taking a
gonna
look
now
because
now we gotta check.
well, they've played a number of shots this end that it made it look like they thought the yellow was shot, but that shot screams that Kleiter is sure it's red.
I might as well make sure the stick's on the ice already.
Like you don't play that shot unless you're sure you're already shot rock. Now you've split the house. Critical that they got it back as far as they did too, not just so that they don't leave the double, but now if Strauss makes the hit and roll across to where he's buried, he's going to be at the tee line, and they can follow it down and maybe take the end away that way.
Now, of course, this event being in Martensville, Saskatchewan, and with Kleiter being a much more local team, you think maybe they know something about where the pinhole is?
Well, it's a possibility. They have played for sure in this building before.
Because sometimes those decals can stretch just a little bit in the off season when you dry them up and hang them.
Yeah, and then you make them roll 8 feet.
There's no scenario where I want to roll away.
Here's a look at it.
I could make a case for Strauss if he wants to nose, and then maybe he's got a double on the last one.
My goodness, that is so close. Don't know if you could put a piece of paper, Still take another look at it. Now, if we measure, we're going to get to see if they remember how to move the feet on the measuring device in.
I'm always more interested if they remember how to get their head out of the way of the camera, but
So Sam Strauss with his first of 2.
11-5. Close to each roll, guys. 11. Yep. 11. Clean. Clean. Yep, a little bit.
He makes a hit. He makes a stick. And we're probably just going to trade hits here. We're going to take another look at it. Why not?
this could be a case of it's gone back to, okay, are we trusting Trevor Johnson to decide who was shot? Because we don't usually let him look at these things. He's the lead.
I mean, it's not like, well, it's
I-
Trevor Johnson. It's not Connor. It would be Connor's fault if.
I think you're committed here anyway. You can't really try to roll behind the guard. If you make the roll behind the guard, you're going to be deep enough that they're going to have the double off that stone.
From this angle right now, it looks red. But we're getting the wrong look at the yellow. So,
I think
extremely close. Put your guesses in right now. And on the chat on Curlington, you will have to be subscribed, and if you haven't, that's a great time to do it.
if it's, everybody on the sheets had a couple of chances to look at it. If this is red, Trevor Johnson's going to be sitting back there after this ends saying, look, you guys can never question me ever again. He's the only one not going to look again.
He's like, I told you it's flipping red.
It's a little easier with the non-natural. You're going to get a flatter roll. That's okay. That looks good. 1995, Trevor. Okay.
Josh is coming back saying, I don't know, Rye. But just got to make this hit, stick, and lie. At least one, we'll know that much. There you go. And we'll hit this one, and then we'll find out.
Yeah, that's not there. You can gesture for the double all day.
I don't even think a certain player with a shiny head would try that one.
No, it doesn't go.
This stone has been the most looked at of any stone in history.
Trevor Johnson finally took another look at it, and I think it was just to say, I don't know what you guys keep looking at this for. it's red all day.
All day. So settling the hack is Sam Strauss, final stone upcoming, event number 3. Hit and stick for 1, and maybe more. Kaufman has the broom down. That's made no problem. All right, let's see. Okay, 1. We're sure of that one. Yeah, Trevor, we got that.
How is somebody not already going to get the measurements? Here they go.
Oh yeah, I would have already had it in my hand. Oh, they got the big long one here. All right, get a good look at this here. Keep your head out of the way. Okay. 1 and a skosh.
That was really close. and nobody's going to point.
I think they're going around again.
No, they're not.
Nice, dude.
So something occurred, and we'll find out what it was after this.
Who knew after 20 years in real estate I'd have to make silly videos for Instagram and come out behind a tree?
Stu, we need to do this stuff.
Why can't I just door knock into open houses like I did in the old days?
That doesn't work anymore.
Okay, so it's because I'm sitting here behind a tree. Come use us for real estate.
Alright, real talk for a second. If your snack situation hasn't changed in years, maybe it's time for an upgrade. The Chocolate Lab makes legit chocolate that's worth paying attention to. That's it. Back to whatever you were doing.
And they were still playing in this.
And welcome back to Martensville. It was a score for yellow. It was a score of at least 1. Eventually we'll find out what the result of that measure was. Send these guys to remedial training on how to signal the commentators. But we'll be Kleiter with the hammer here in the 4th.
Well, but since they haven't marked the score yet, you still got time to place your bets on who won that measurement.
at stake are 472 curling zone bonus points. Were green stamps ever a thing in Canada, Sean?
I don't believe so. We're familiar
Okay.
with the expression because, of course, U.S. television is a thing here in Canada.
Yeah. When I was young, green stamps were just going out. I still remember the little dial-matic machine at the checkout stand. We got a couple offset guards here. We have Team Tuma just behind the nose.
Yeah, and that one just flopped out enough. I think he can get to the inside with enough weight to move this, but he'll probably be content if he just gets the inside corner freeze for now.
Thanks to everybody who's watching this morning, spending your Sunday morning with us. Why don't you give that stream a like, a little thumbs up if you haven't subscribed yet. Appreciate it if you do so. We have a lot of content the year round.
If you're watching us sitting in church with your headphones on, we hope you don't blurt anything out if your favorite team misses a shot.
Or you can just say you got moved by the Holy Spirit.
Well, if your favorite team misses a shot, what you blurted out probably won't. You'll have a hard time convincing anybody it was the Holy Spirit. It'd be the other one.
Yeah. You can put a little extra in the collection plate then.
And it was just one.
It was just one, so Trevor Johnson vindicated.
Eagle Eye Trevor Johnson. I don't know what you guys. I didn't even think it looked close enough to measure. I don't know what you guys were talking about.
Whereas everybody else in the sheet was obsessed over it, Trevor's like, I got this, guys.
It's red. It's red all day. What are you guys talking about?
He's sitting in the house saying, I don't know what's so tough about this skipping thing. Just going to rip this guard out.
Yeah, they've got the 1 point lead and the hammer. They can kind of wait for the Tuma team to do something. Now, he will have a chance to make a play in the house sit two, but hard not to leave a double back. This is shaping up like it's probably going to be a blank opportunity.
One more guard.
At least. I think he can get away with two. You might want to throw the next one a little tighter. Like this one, he could still go halfway because I don't think there's any chance the Kleiter team's coming around on you. And they're not going open side because it's hard to get second shot and not leave a double. You want your last guard, you definitely want to be in a little bit tighter. Even this one's okay if it's a little tighter. Because if they do something else, you want this where you can run it back onto your own. Kleiter's never playing that shot, but you might. Oh, they're thinking about it. The guy who usually plays lead is thinking about playing the run back. Yellow onto yellow that's partly frozen. The guy who never has to throw this shot. He says, trust me, guys. Who was shot last end? Like, I know what I'm doing here.
Yeah, you know, it's
It's the best result. Even if you jam it, as long as you spin it well out of the center line area, you shouldn't be in any real danger.
it's like, I don't see the problem, boys. Just go make it. Yeah, the peel's okay too.
Yeah, that did look like they maybe just played it as the straight peel.
See the rest of the playoffs here. All day. High noon will be the next game, the semifinals. Followed by the finals at 3:30. Sean and I will have one of the semis. Jay and Jimmer will have the other one. So get that extra device ready. And possibly a third device if you want to watch that other minor tournament.
That's interesting. Didn't really get the lineup they what it might have liked. It gives Rylan the chance to come down and try to jiggle those, set up a better angle. Get to the tap, you move the red one back a little bit, it's still going to be shot rock, but now the red-yellow angle at the top should go past it.
What other options are out there?
Well, you could peel the guard again. Yeah, I mean, really, that's all I'm seeing. You could maybe, if you were sure how to get there, you'd have to draw to the back of the forefoot, the back forefoot on the other side, so you don't leave a double. Problem is, this is still the last of the third stones, and they might still play that run back. One stone later, it would be a little bit more tempting to play the back forefoot on the other side. This is still the best result. You play the little draw weight tap, give yourself an angle to get the yellow out. Oh, they're going to peel. You know, as a skip myself for a long time, this is might be one of those situations where you want to play the aggressive shot as the guy in the house, but if the guy at the other end isn't sold, nope, we're just peeling the guard then.
Yeah, it's such a huge part of the game. The shooter has to believe in the shot.
Yeah. So now Tuma's got a decision to make. You could just hit this, sit two. The problem is it's really hard to spread the rocks out. Then there's a double, and you're looking at a blank. If you could freeze again and leave it on the angle, that yellow in the middle, or it will be in the middle after you make the freeze, that one never leaves the house. You have to get a little bit to the center line side here. If you leave this on the broom side, then Rylan will blast and likely everything goes. So this is where you make this freeze. Now Rylan probably draws to the back forefoot on the other side. and you have a decision to make.
Sam Strauss delivers his first. They got to keep this one moving. Kaufman and Thurston.
Line's pretty good. Boy, that's gutsy. That's where I'm putting it. Josh is signaling the back forefoot on the other side. Then that little run doesn't do you any good. And if you're at the back forefoot, by the time you hit and roll over behind everything, you're not shot rock anymore.
So uncharted territory here, really, draw-wise.
Needs to be probably just about full four. Like the double run on the other side, he's going to get maybe half a rock in the forefoot behind cover. You don't want him to be able to make that and be shot rock.
We got to get James to get the white tag off that natural gas line.
If we're worrying about getting James to do things, he needs to get my telestrator.
That's right, the telestrator. Yes, indeed.
Well, you got to be deep on this. You can't leave the double.
Oh, boy. Okay, is that good enough?
No. He's got the run still, and it would be to sit two. And if you stagger them a little bit, now that red's kind of in the way.
So you hit it and you kick the run stone out a little bit into the open, eh?
Not so much into the open, but underneath that red. So you can't even tap it. Like, it's pretty much a nose hit. Nose hit, you run yellow onto yellow. The second yellow clips the red, stays right there. It'll be underneath your shooter, and the other one should pop over a little bit. Doesn't have to get dead in behind that red, but if it gets, any piece in behind it, the tap's not an option. And Rylan will have to go wider to try to draw for one. They were kind of caught in no man's land on that rock. It drastically overcurled anyway. Even if you put that in the back of the forefoot, you could have left a freeze. It might have curled enough that you would have left the raised double.
Sam Strauss to make this little pushback double. Thurston trying to walk it over.
Oh, overcurled.
That's not. No, you're gonna have a shot for two.
Yep. And honestly, could hit either rock first. Could hit the one in the forefoot first, come into the side of the other one. So you're almost playing this like you're trying to just miss the second shot stone. And if you just rub it, that'll work. If you miss it and get the other one first, you're going to kick the other one out the side. So the only thing you can't afford to do is hit too big of a piece of the one in the 8 that's just biting the 8 foot.
Final stone of the fourth end. Bang,
Ooh.
bang. Good enough. No, it's good. Oh, no, it's skittered too far. My goodness. That's an unexpected turn of events.
Yeah, you wouldn't have thought you could hit it thin enough to make the double and scoot that direction. He must have double clicked he must have hit. I'd have to see the replay, but he must have hit the one in the 8-foot first, hit the other one, and then hit the one in the 8-foot again. I would almost think to roll that direction.
We'll take another look at that when we come back.
Yes, yes.
Curl in. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, boy.
And welcome back to Martensville. It was a single point for Rylan Kleiter there. Take a 3-1 advantage over Kevin Tuma. Unforced error there by Kleiter, though.
Yeah, well, and probably not even one they thought was possible. You wouldn't have thought there was enough room between those two rocks, so you hit the first one, you catch the back end of the second one, and you wouldn't think you could catch it thin enough to continue to roll that direction, but that must be what happened.
That one is a little bit overburied. They still think they can get there.
I'm good with this too. Like, this is a great call. Like the drum? Yeah. That's a great call too, but if you're comfortable playing this, that's good too. I'm fine with either. I want you to be seeing this one to play it. So let's just play the draw.
This is still just the fifth stone at the end, though, too, so that corner guard is still a free guard. You try chasing that one, there's a little bit of risk. You remove the guard, it goes back. One shot later, sorry,
Yeah, go ahead.
one shot later, they might have been a little bit more inclined to go after it, because if you peel the corner guard, that's not the end of the world. You peel the corner guard now, it's a 0 on the stat sheet.
And no guards are really free. The stones are at least $600 each. Speaking of which, these are new stones at Martensville this year. Although I will miss the blue rocks. Big sweep by Connor.
Not big enough.
Not big enough indeed.
Did open up the center line area. Everything in the center line area now is behind the T line, so that's something Tuma can work with. It's not the setup that the Kleiter team would like, but certainly looks like they got a chance to get the force. He doesn't like the corner guard. I mean, the setup's not good in the house.
Yeah, it's tough to hide behind a guard if you peel it.
Yeah. Well, and now they can make a play on that yellow one. I mean, they've still got some work to do to deal with 3 reds if they're going to bring that yellow back into the scoring zone anyway.
So the first on the way from Josh Mattern. Kleiter gives it the old executive sweep. Cole Thurston. Gonna try to see if they can't build something up here.
Well, yeah, and this is, partly about building something up. It's also partly that there's 3 reds they have to deal with. They're going to bring that other yellow back into play. If you just start hitting them, they're going to be able to hit yours back. So you try to make a freeze here, and basically you're hoping that Kleiter has to blast this out. You can get him to take care of some of these red rocks for you.
That one comes a skosh heavy.
Yeah, he's not, and over curls. They're not going to get rid of a red rock on this one for you.
Mattern looking to pick this one out and roll on top of his. Pretty much exactly like that.
Yeah, that might be a little too square because now you're going to tap that on the nose, exchange the freeze. You could deal with one of those reds and still put them back in the same spot where they're going to deal with the other one for you. You need the dead nose hit here. They won't likely throw a lot of weight at this either because you don't want to roll off, not even to stagger them.
So the nose and the nose only. Now, we just said what you're going to want to throw, but just curious, you think you could drag that rock onto the one in the back if you...
Well, not holding your shooter.
Right.
And even then, I'm not sure.
Kevin Tuma kicks and deals. Right on the nose. told a micron, but that's still pretty close.
But, you know, this is what you needed to do. You force them to blast one of these out. Then you probably, where are we at? 3 stones left. You probably still freeze the one in the back 8. Let them blast again. And that's where this discussion is coming from. Kleiter knows what the schedule of the next couple of shots is going to be. I don't see how you could do anything different other than, I guess you could play that same shot if you're Rylan Kleiter here. You could nose it again. Yes, it would make the yellow shot rock, but he doesn't have much room to put a second one in. I think that might be what they're opting for. Do it again. Do the same thing. The blast is tough. I mean, they are well frozen. You don't get the yellow one all the way out, and this could turn into 3.
Johnson shot. Kleiter's going to try to work it over here a little bit. Right back on the nose. This time just a skosh to the inside.
Yeah, they did want to make sure that they didn't leave it lined up to that one at the back. So now Tuma will have to try to break this up, but he won't be trying to kill the yellow one this time. He just wants to move it back and leave a good angle on the top 2.
They don't bounce crazy. Yeah, I like back 12. Yeah.
I'd love for this to be like half the 4 foot in the back here. Yeah. Not here.
Probably has to move the yellow back far enough that he's not shot rock anymore, but he won't be too worried about that. If you leave it full back 4, even if you get a decent angle, there's a chance it drags enough to kill both yellows that would be left, and the 2 remaining reds would still be shot in second. So you got to make this tap so that it can't get both yellows out. And that might mean you have to put it all the way into the back 8.
Kaufman and Thurston are going to put this right at the top of the 8.
Yeah, that's far too late. You can hit that yellow. Actually, you can make it either way. He's talking about coming into the red. You do have to be a little careful that way. His first shot was to hit it center line side, roll the shooter out, which is safer because, you know, we saw the last end. They caught the back end of one of those stones and rolled too far. So you hit this on the high side or the board side, come across, catch the back end of the red, and if your shooter scoots all the way through the back, you're going to leave a double in the middle to sit 2.
Yeah, just don't say you can hit it anywhere because we tried that last time and we saw how that worked out.
Well, I think he's got to play it. His first thought was to hit this on the center line side. You drive, you know, half a rock on the yellow, catch the red. The 2 yellows go, the red in the middle stays, your shooter flies, and you're sitting 3. You try to do the same thing on the other side. Your shooter comes across, catches the back end of that red, and if the shooter spills all the way through, that red that stays in the 4 foot, that's a makeable double to the one in the back 12.
Right guy's going to come on down and speak with Trevor here. Trevor had an opinion, and he's being told you're generally not allowed to have them. Although, I wouldn't want to say that that's a thing of the past a lot more. I mean, teams are far more open to feedback from the whole squad now. I'm sure back when you started, the lead wasn't expected to speak unless spoken to.
We would still prefer they don't. Yep.
Now let's move from this. Okay, scoreboard says let's just play that. I should have a double at least if he makes it.
I had a lead. The only time he ever spoke, and this was far more often than you might like to, it'd be when he'd ask, "Are you sure there's no way we can give up 3 doing this?"
Kleiter sends it on its way.
Two yellows go. The red stays. You probably have to try the double now, I think.
You throw the double, try to scoot underneath the red.
Hard to get both. Like, if you're getting the roll underneath, you're probably jamming the back one, it looks like to me.
I think it's pretty close.
Well, I mean, you was to make the double. I guess you could really whip it, but I don't imagine that's what you want to do here. You're trying to control the roll.
Big shot coming up here for Sam Strauss.
Yeah, important to get the double because you're going to roll behind a red one. It's going to be a short run. Well, if you jam it back, he can afford to play that short run because he'll still be sitting 2 after he makes it. If you make the double at the back, he might have to try either the slash double on the it's open on the wide side or
First to 2.
got to get the roll first.
Gonna get it. Click it out. Does it go far enough? Another shot stone. Second stone belongs to Kleiter.
The angle's a little tricky.
It's pretty good effort, I think.
Nose hit. Nose hit on the red. You're risking jamming the yellow at the back. You can't hit on the center line side, which is what you'd need to roll in and make sure you're beating that yellow at the top of the 12. You make the run a little over the top, you're going to leave another double. Yeah, like that leaves another double. I think Rylan took a peek out there at the slash double on the yellows, which, I mean, you could try. It's risky. Well, yeah, I don't think... Where's my ruler? I need a ruler because I don't have a telestrator. I don't think you could ever jam it on the back 12-foot stone if you wanted to play the slash double. Now, it's not the easiest shot, but you're either making the double or you're at least killing one, and it's no worse than 2. The best result is the red onto the yellow, and just stick it right there, pass it by the one at the back. It's real easy to leave a double though playing that. He's gonna play the slash. Looks like half rock probably clips it thin side of a half, if anything. He's not going to be light on this. You'd have to be very unfortunate to jam it on there so solidly that it doesn't spin as well.
Final stone from Kleiter here in end number 5 to make this outside double. I get out there. No, you did not. You ran it by. It'll be a draw for 2 for Sam Strauss and Team Tuma.
We can play the straighter and faster way. Haven't seen either really, but let's just play this one.
Just never got out to the broom there, Sean.
No, it didn't look like it. They called the brush on right away, and I mean, it was fairly thin. Like no more than half, probably thin side of a half. I think he could have made it with a quarter. That's close to a jam, but again, they're so close together, and with the weight he's throwing, it probably still spins out the back. Regardless, now the draw for 2.
Yeah, final stone of the 5th. Just basically needs the 8-foot. Sitting 1 already. Kaufman and Thurston marching it down. And that's no problem there. Score 2 for Kevin Tuma and Sam Strauss. All tied up after 5. We'll be back to Martensville in just a moment on Curling Stadium.
Developed over a decade in collaboration with the finest ice makers this side of the Atlantic, the Pebblehead PB5 is nothing short of a triumph of sophistication and craftsmanship. Weighing less than half its lumbering copper predecessors, yet boasting 10-fold their durability, the PB5 delivers perfect, consistent ice, time after time. The PB5 by Pebbleheads.com, the apex of ice-making ingenuity for the roaring game of curling.
Brett, come on, man. I know Aztec's #1 for online safety training, but we really should be out here practicing.
I know, guys. I'll be right there. Just let me finish this course on gas detection. Wait. Do you smell that?
Installed in Las Vegas. And welcome back to Martensville. It's all tied up between Kevin Tuma and Rylan Kleiter. 3 apiece here in our quarterfinal matchup. Thank you so much for joining us here on Curling Stadium. Thrilled to have you here with us. We've been with you all weekend. We got 2 more games after this one. I'm Dave Schmel, joined by Sean Joyce, and Kaylee is making all the magic happen. Every bit of the magic.
Well, the only thing we've decided through 5 ends of play is that Kleiter's got the hammer now instead of Tuma in a tie game.
We all could have slept in. Well, you would have been awake anyway.
Well, only because the dogs made me. The complexion of this end changed when that corner guard slipped in. And right now, the way this end is starting probably favors Kevin Tuma. He'd be okay with a blank here. You get the blank here, and then you want to force the play a little bit more in the 7th end. You'd like to see somebody score a single. Rylan Kleiter, he's got that 2-hammer-to-1 scenario. You'd love to get a chance to score here, but this end didn't start out so well. Unless you're willing to try coming around to center, which you might. It's not looking good for setting up a deuce here. Going to try to make that roll now. And this is one where you don't want to, you've heard, not just me, you've heard lots of guys in my position say this before. You don't want to roll this dead perfectly. We've seen a lot of good run backs in this game. You don't want this so far buried that when he runs back the Yellowstone, he could stick it covered. You want to be maybe half behind so that if he sticks the run back, he has to roll the guard off a little bit. Well, he would have liked to get the yellow out. He does.
And he did.
Where he can just see all of it.
Yeah, you see Kevin calling for hack weight there.
This is one where I'm not sure you want to roll under.
Well, they do get half under.
Yeah, but if the Kleiter team doesn't want to blank here, you could come around everything now. You play the double, you're playing this in for a blank. That's what they're going to play. You know, and here's the thing. If you're prepared to try to score in 6 anyway, the button's always open. You've always got the out-turn draw, your last one to get to the button. You come around everything here. It's a staggered guard situation. You've got something to work with to try to score 2. Made the double, rolls to a corner guard on the other side, and again, Kevin Tuma happy to blank this end. He's more interested in trying to force the play in 7. You blank this end, somebody scores in 7. You've got either the lead or the hammer coming home. That's either one is
Pretty
good for Kevin Tuma right now.
So here is Kevin Tuma. Throwing his first to the 6th. Peels off that guard, and we got nothing nowhere.
This is where you got to be careful. They're going to throw a corner guard here, but you throw one too many, and he will still try to force you, or he may. It's the 6th end. He may not.
And the corner guard is up. But not for long. Adios, amigos. That one's out of there.
Let's go this side now.
Throwing one more to the other side, it looks like.
So today is National Wisconsin Day.
I could get in a lot of trouble responding to that.
It's also Singles Awareness Day. I guess that makes sense the day after Valentine's Day.
Well, and that's kind of where I was going, something along those lines with Wisconsin Day the day after Valentine's Day too.
And then also National Gumdrop Day.
I don't know. Is that because the gumdrop people feel they needed the day after the chocolate people had theirs? I'm not sure about that one. The gumdrop mafia wanted a day of their own.
So how do you celebrate National Wisconsin Day, dude? I mean, I know everybody wears those shirts that says "Drink Wisconsinly." Do you just get drunk and have cheese?
There's nothing I can say to that without getting in trouble. Take your sister to dinner? I don't know.
Just sing The Farmer in the Dell and eat a piece of cheese.
There you go.
That would be far more meaningful if Kaylee originated from Wisconsin. We'll have to put a crack research team on that too.
I can't figure out the Gumdrop Day. That Singles Awareness Day. I mean, I can testify to that.
Well, that's probably a recent thing. They probably just gave them that because, they got tired of listening to the whine the day before. Fine, we'll give you guys a day too.
Kidding me? If you're single, you save money. Valentine's Day is expensive.
Yeah, well, it sounds like if you spend it in a casino, it's still expensive.
I resemble that remark. Looking to make the hit and stick here.
Yeah, one final attempt to stay, and then Rylan Kleiter will try to roll away and blank this sixth end.
Blank attempt coming now.
Similar spot to a double, might try.
Do gumdrops come in different flavors, or are they all just this, the same stuff but colored different?
Well, I seem to remember that I think the green ones, it's been a long time. Green ones, I think, are spearmint. The black ones, of course, are black licorice. So, yeah, I do think they're slightly different flavors.
Final stone of the sixth end. Kleiter makes the blank. And we'll be back with gumdrops for end number 7 in just a moment.
Aztec Safety is #1 for online safety training.
Aztec Safety is the proud sponsor of the Aztec Safety Challenge, the #1 event on the World Curling Tour.
And Aztec Safety has been a proud sponsor of Team Jacobs on our quest to represent Canada at the Olympic Games.
Welcome back. It's a 7th end. It's all tied up. A blank end in end number 6 for Rylan Kleiter. He retains a hammer in this tied up affair. And we're talking some during the break about, your choice of strategy with the hammer during this part of the game.
Yeah, it's the interesting part here is that Kleiter has pretty much already shown his hand. He's going to try to blank 7. So Tuma can play a little bit more aggressively here. Now, you've heard me say this before when you get into these tie game scenarios. Tuma wants to see somebody score here. If he scores one, he's got a lead and a bit of momentum coming into the last end. If he forces one, at least he's got last rock. He just needs 2 to win. But when you know that Kleiter's going to try to blank, and here's that first stone coming deep, helps Tuma a little bit as well. You can play a little bit more aggressively here, because the thing you have to be worried about when you try to force the play too hard is that every once in a while the other team will switch gears on you and you might end up forcing them to 3. Well, Kleiter's shown you he's planning to blank this end. Don't think they quite got that back to the center line, but come around attempt is going to be the call here.
Yeah, and it goes back to the whole conversation that always seems to come up as to what do we do about blank ends?
Well, yeah, and I guess my argument on that, here you've got a team in Rylan Kleiter. They've got last rock. They have what is considered to be the offensive advantage, and they didn't try to play offense. They were playing straight defense. And that's maybe where the bigger part of the problem comes in. If the team with the offensive advantage plays offense, I don't think the blank ends are an issue.
Yeah, because
they happen when something goes wrong. You tried to play offense, didn't go our way, we bail out. But that's not what we just saw.
And I'm not sure if I'm completely married to the Grand Slam rule either, only having one blank end per team, because as soon as you fire that bullet, the other team knows it the rest of the way.
Yeah, I mean, it's been around in doubles since the start of the sport. You couldn't blank an end, you lost the hammer. And it certainly has resulted in more rocks in play. Now, the whole format of doubles, I mean, the accuracy isn't the same. Your clock is you're a little tighter for time when you start. You've only got the one brusher. You maybe don't have a line caller in the house. So, you're not going to throw in the mid-80s, low 90s in doubles as a rule. But you can't argue that the format hasn't been exciting.
Well, that was an open miss. So shot stone for Kleiter. Second for Tuma. And we are going to see some offense engaged, I think, here.
Yeah, he does have a shot. Yellow on the red. He doesn't need to play it yet. Wouldn't be playing it yet because he doesn't want to start eliminating rocks too early, or the blank comes back into play. Talked about playing the guard, but they're going to play the come around. I don't mind this. The problem with any guard attempt is you're going to leave angle for some kind of double that comes into the rings. Now, it still has to be made. There's nothing wrong with throwing a guard here. You make a good draw here. Kleiter's still likely peeling the yellow guard. And then you could throw one guard for the rest of the end, especially if you're shot rock after this.
And you will be shot. So Kleiter, the skip, comes down. It is Trevor Johnson, the normal lead, playing in the house today.
Could play that now too. That brings the blank into play.
With a little sprain of something along the way.
Yeah, we've heard it's an upper body injury. What I don't know, what I haven't heard yet, is whether it was something that was, kind of a pre-existing thing. Again, he was wearing the hoodie when he was brushing, which just makes me think he was just trying to keep something warm.
Could be a lot of things. Could be a shoulder. Could lots of things that can go wrong when you're.
All we heard from Coach Dean was it was an upper body, so we know it was above the belt.
Yep, it's just like a standard description for a hockey injury.
And he had the hoodie on, but the hood wasn't up, so we're going to guess it was below the neck. If it was the top of his head, he probably would have had the hood up. If it was the top of a head with a lead, you have to wonder how really debilitating that injury would be anyway.
I knew you were going to get a shot in at leads there.
Don't know if he's getting by the guard. He's not.
He is not. He does wreck there. So opportunity for Tuma to put some pressure on.
Yeah, it's just the straight guard for now. Hart, yeah, they talked about trying to make the pick on the yellow. Now they kill the red with it, but it looks like it goes by the yellow at the edge of the button. If you hit it on the, what is the broom side now, it's going to drag a little bit. I don't know if it would make, there's not a lot of room there, right? I don't know if it would touch that yellow at the side of the button. Regardless, you're going to guard here and force the Kleiter team to make a decision on what they're going to play in the house. But it's, it's already, the blank is not looking good. And really hasn't been from the time your first rock ended up in the back of the 8-foot.
Which goes back to the whole discussion earlier, play a little bit more offensively in end number 6. Who knows? Debate that people can have for a very long time until we change the rules.
Run it back and try to kill those two on the top of the 4-foot. Now and again, it is still possible. It drags. It's hard to know.
See Johnson taking a peek through the wickets to see how he's lined up.
Here's the thing. If it doesn't drag enough to hit the yellow one, I'm pretty sure it drags enough to hit the red one at the back of the 8.
Mattern fires away. Kleiter picks this up right off his hand. Push it back, shove it back. Both of your own reds are gone. And you leave your opponent sitting 3. See that again if we can.
Wanted to hit it just a hair on the high side, drive that yellow so that it hits a little bit more on the center line side. You would have, the top yellow, the red and back stone would have left for sure. Hard to know what happens to the other ones.
So we got 3 lemon gumdrops in there.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, if we... No, I know. I'm just thinking it might be easier if we go high.
Although, we do like chocolate. For sure.
Still trying to sign up for free samples. I haven't found a way to do that yet.
Yeah, chocolatelab.ca, one of our great sponsors. Check them out.
So like a 3? Yeah. And just kind of touch the center? It really, weight doesn't matter that much. It's more about blocking this run. As long as we're touching center, it's good.
Not 100% sure what the discussion was about. Probably fair to have a discussion there. Are there any other options here? But really, it looks like this is This is it. This is the shot. You got to stagger the guard. You don't want them to be able to run that red straight back. I don't think you're too worried about him coming around everything. He's only got just a little piece of the button. I don't see much chance they're getting two like that. They're going to try some kind of run. So it's a question of, do we have to be careful where we put this so that the double run, you don't want to leave a better angle than what he's got right now.
See Thurston and Kaufman just managing this one. Pretty good spot.
Yeah, I think so. They're dead lined up. So any attempt at the double run, you got to be pretty close to the nose. So you're leaving something up front. All three yellows are never leaving. You might be able, I mean, if you hit it right, you could certainly, we have the old picture in the overhead because the guard that was just thrown's not there. There we go.
There it is.
If you hit this right, you could certainly move the three out of the middle, and you're hoping to pop them all open, maybe get the 4 foot open at least.
Well, no choice but to pound the bejesus out of this.
Yep.
Get a little bit moving. Not really enough, Sean.
No, that one was the...
And you see that stagger up front now.
Yeah, so there's no run available now. Well, I guess you could play the double run, and they might have to. They need some room.
They're gonna draw at this point.
Yeah, I get what he's looking at. There's no straight run back now, so he's trying to throw a wider guard. The problem with that is then he can play the double run for sure, over the top double run. I think you still stagger this. He's not drawn.
So throw this draw, double run attempt, and then another guard, eh?
Yeah, depending on how well the double run is made. Like they're actually looking to come right in here, which is fine because, you know, he's got to go one red across the top of the second one, try to bring it back. So you come in, as long as you stagger them, he's probably not able to get all three of them, even if he makes it. And, you know, it's not a gimme to even make contact.
Sam Strauss with his first in the 7th. Opportunity has met them. We'll try to take advantage.
A lot of room.
We're right at your broom, Kevin. We're past it. We're bumping. It's not bad.
Well, he left it on the side where if they do make this, they could still make all three of them move. Hard to get all three of them out. I mean, you're looking at moving 5 stones, and there's some angle involved in the first one, so you're not going to carry all your weight through. You could just play to pick it and kill 2.
Oh. If you ever flash that, my goodness, it's terrible.
Yeah, I don't think you're likely to flash it. You're more likely to peel the guard, which is not the end of the world. Then he has to put it back, and the problem then is you got to draw for one that you really didn't want this end. But, you know, there are situations where you'll see teams these days with the rules the way they are that will at times have to make a decision. Are we scoring one here or are we giving up one? Well, the way things sit right now, Rylan doesn't really have that choice because there's not much difference between, like, you miss the draw. It's hard to throw the draw so that, okay, we only want to give him 1. There's a pretty good chance if you're missing the button, you're giving him 2. But if you make the pick double, I think you're jamming the first one, but you can make the double on the 2 in the 4 foot. You might be able to get back to a situation where at least you have that choice. And if you peel the guard, he puts the guard back and you've still got the same draw.
Got this right out of his hand. It's past the guards. Gonna pick it, move 1 and 2 out of there. Nice double takeout by Rylan Kleiter.
Yeah. I think you're throwing the out-turn draw. Because you want to be sitting 2 in the 4-foot buried. Force Rylan to score. You leave this, you try the draw on the in-turn side, leave it out in the open somewhere. He's going to hit it, probably hit it and roll out. He's probably going to give you one. You want him to be shooting this against the possible steal at 2, and then he has to try to score.
Strauss making his way into the hack. It'll be Cole Thurston and Connor Kaufman brushing it home. Key shot here in the 7th.
That's pretty good. It's a little tight early. Gotta go down straight. Really gotta go eight. Down straight. Even with it. Hard straight.
Got to carry it past the guard. They do squeak by. They get all the way into the rings, and that's going to be good enough. They lie 1 and 2. And now here's that force that Kleiter never won it.
Yeah. And no choice, really. He's got to play for one here. Like I said, you will see teams, and you do. It's actually fun to watch that debate. Are we better off to give up one? And, I don't think it always depends on the team. Sometimes it's the ice and the rocks that you're playing with. Deuces have been tough to come by today. So, getting one, keeping that lead, there's an argument that's a good decision. Boy, you overcurl on this and give him 2. That would be bad.
Final stone in the 7th. He needs a 4-foot.
Needs to get by the yellows.
Johnson coming on out, and well, he's going to give him 1, Shawnee.
Found a way to give him 1.
So it's a steal 1 for Kevin Tuma. Kleiter will have the hammer in 8 when we come back to Martensville.
Who knew after 20 years in real estate I'd have to make silly videos for Instagram and come out behind a tree?
Stu, we need to do this stuff.
Why can't I just door knock into open houses like I did in the old days?
That doesn't work anymore.
Okay, so it's because I'm sitting here behind a tree. Come use us for real estate.
All right, real talk for a second. If your snack situation hasn't changed in years, maybe it's time for an upgrade. The Chocolate Lab makes legit chocolate that's worth paying attention to. That's it. Back to whatever you were doing.
It's the 8th end of action from the curling stadium, Martensville International. A stolen point for Kevin Tuma. It's Kleiter with the hammer, trailing by 1, throwing the red stones. Hey, Schmel and Sean Joyce here with you. Thank you for being with us this Sunday morning.
And as a guess, I'm going to say they tried to throw the really long guard, and it's just a little bit too long, and now it's sitting in the back corner. So early advantage in the 8th to Kleiter trying to set up his deuce. He's only going to have one yellow center guard to deal with.
Second one on the way from Kaufman. Connor is one of the ice makers at the Four Seasons Curling Club in Blaine, Minnesota.
Even low 14s. Are you guys comfortable with this? You can also easily get to like there this way. Is that more comfortable? Yeah. Okay. Okay.
So ultimately, by way of the long route, Kleiter got what he wanted here.
Not a particularly well started end for either team because.
Oh no, and that's on the. Is it going to be a no tick violation? No, it's still on the center line.
And you know, that's one of those ones where you do get the choice in the no tick, and Tuma might have elected to leave it there anyway because he needs a few more rocks up front. By getting that guard a little tighter, he can probably now come around it. It was long enough before. I think he was still going to have to throw a tight guard. You need to make this draw good because you know the double peel's coming on the next one.
Makes around the guard, and it's going to settle just above the tee line. Really nice.
He's not going to play a double. I guess that's, you know, dictated by the fact that you need a couple of guards too. You got to try to score 2 here. He's going to play this not exactly straight back. He wants to hit it just a little bit on the high side, go across the top of the one in the rings so he can roll the shooter a little bit off the center line. I'd like to keep the shooter though.
And the shooter goes away. So we're going to play cat and mouse a little bit.
A little bit. This is actually one now where you can afford to have the guard a little bit higher because you don't mind, I don't think, if you're Kevin Tuma, you don't mind if you could convince Rylan Kleiter to try to chase. You don't want him making this run back and rolling to a corner guard. Not going to get it higher.
So what point do you try to make your move here?
Well, I mean, it's tough to make any kind of a move right now for Kleiter with that rock where it is in the 4-foot.
And this one's on the outside. Same result as before.
Like, I don't think you've got an out-turn draw. Hard to even make the entry. Like, I think you're probably running for a while, and then at some point in time, you might have to make a decision to try to run a red in on the angle. And if you stick it, you still got your chance for 2. But I can't imagine you doing that before, well, probably thirds last, because if you don't make it at all, you didn't open up shot stone either. You might not even play it until you play it with Rylan's first. If you make it, you got a chance to win. If you just make contact with the one in the rings, you know you've got the tie at least. And if you just peel the corner guard, at least you've got an out-turn draw path, because right now you don't. could make an argument for the double peel now. You could also make an argument for the chase.
Yeah, I would probably throw the chase. This one a little bit closer to the broom. Runs it back and by, but they do leave their shooter up there in the draw path.
Well, they don't really have a draw, so that they've got angle run-ins now on both sides, and I have to think there's one of them's coming on the next one. I would be tempted to throw the one on the other side, but
that would have the added benefit of maybe opening up an out-turn draw for you.
yeah, exactly. And I mean, if you stick it behind cover, you still got your chance to score too.
Kevin Tuma. Just looking to lay up another nice guard here.
That picked hard. It's gone.
Doesn't even have a chance. That's unfortunate. Just grabbed a little bit of debris or something.
Question now is how far do you want to roll? Roll it behind the long red guard. The chase is available. You roll farther over, get over behind the tighter guard. There's plenty of room to draw in, get to the inside corner of it, and be shot rock. It'd be tempting actually to roll the other direction. Roll behind the single corner guard. Let them draw behind, because that long one is definitely long enough to chase around. Let them try to draw around that one. I think that's what they were playing. They were trying to roll towards the single guard on the other corner, and just came up a little too much on them, got the nose hit.
So Sam Strauss. Gonna play the little pop and flop here.
Yeah, he's trying to get under the staggered reds for sure, because it's the only way he's going to get any piece of the forefoot. He rolled just dead buried. There's probably a chase. I think you can roll past dead buried, because I just don't think there's going to be an in-turn draw to get by this stone. Try to get about half a rock over buried on the longer guard. Make the chase. It's still going to be the call, and it's going to be really difficult.
Gets a little bit of a roll, but it's definitely still available.
Yeah. I'd like the sliver more, but it's not bad.
Now, to me, this feels like you're going for the tie.
Well, I mean, he's playing with enough weight. Like he's hoping to roll behind the corner on the other side, but this is a very tough shot now. You got to hit that thick enough with enough weight to remove it, or at least remove it from, you know, it's got to go all the way through the forefoot because you're not going to be able to see it again. And you got to get your shooter to roll to, you know, a very precise spot if it's going to be buried well enough that he can't get at it. One or the other is not so bad. When you're trying to get both out of one shot, this is really tough.
Mattern has picked up Kleiter's stone here, trying to carry it down past the guards.
Yeah, it did not look like he was wide.
And get up to the face, it's going to sit dead wide open.
You'd like to roll a little bit farther this time, just so he can't play the same type of chase shot, because I'm not sure there's a draw. Like, it's tough. You'd be drawing past the button for sure. Trying to roll, I think, in line to where he's got his broom on the ice right now. I mean, you're not going to be that far back, obviously. You're just maybe biting the top of the forefoot.
So right about to the feather, maybe?
Yeah. Yeah, you get a little bit more roll in this time because you're going to be throwing the out turn, so you get the gear effect off your shooter. So you can maybe nibble the top of the forefoot. And yeah, you get to the top of that feather, and I don't know that there's a straight draw path where you get past the corner guard and still past the rock in the rings.
Final stone for Sam Strauss here in the 8th end.
Uh-oh, this is out a long ways.
Thurston on the carve. It is moving. They're going to get there. And I think they got it just fine. Gonna roll too much, though. At least they made the takeout.
Yeah, there was probably a few brief moments of panic there.
And it will be a draw to the 12-foot for bonus curling. Now, Sam definitely wants that one back.
Yeah, he didn't any more than get by the long guard.
Final stone of the 8th end. Kleiter just needs full 12. Mattern walking it down. Just a little bit of manicuring. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. And that'll do. Put one on the board. 4-4 is the score. We'll be back with bonus curling after this.
Developed over a decade in collaboration with the finest ice makers this side of the Atlantic, the Pebblehead PB5 is nothing short of a triumph of sophistication and craftsmanship. Weighing less than half its lumbering copper predecessors, yet boasting tenfold their durability, the PB5 delivers perfect, consistent ice, time after time. The PB5 by Pebbleheads.com, the apex of ice-making ingenuity for the roaring game.
Welcome back. It's the 9th end. It's extra bonus curling here in the quarterfinals of the curling stadium. Martensville International. This matchup between Rylan Kleiter and Kevin Tuma. Kleiter had to take a single in 8, so Tuma has that last rock advantage. Throwing the yellow here in the extra end.
And that center guard attempt didn't get very close.
It's like 5 inches off.
On the one hand, you could try to tick that into the ring so you know you could hit something on the next one. But do you really ever need to worry about that rock? And you're going to have when you do get the chance to play peels, you'll have an angle to try to kill that one.
So Kaufman is going to try to tick it here. Just looking to nudge it in and roll the shooter open to the outside.
Yeah, there's the
Nothing
problem
like that.
There's the problem with that attempt. You play that shot, and this happens, and you got nothing out of that first rock.
So a better one coming up from Johnson here.
It's debatable. Didn't get to the center line again. And now how do you miss that double peel? So you're drawing.
Oh, I could show you a way.
I think you're drawing here, and I don't think you're drawing behind because you play the double peel and it's coming into the forefoot. He must be planning
Connor looks less than sold here.
He's planning to play the double peel the other way, I guess. He's going to hit it thin and hit the top of the other red. I'd be playing the slash double peel. If you're playing the slash, you don't want anything in the forefoot here.
The left-handed delivery is on the way.
There's also possibly the consideration that you may not have to double peel. You can always just peel the one close to the center line and ignore the other one.
Well, that draw is nicely thrown.
Probably an argument to be made for the run back here. Now, you don't have to throw it with a lot of weight, but and it does look like they discussed it. And part of it is just you get the run back, you leave your shooter a rock's width higher, and at least it makes that double peel a little tougher. Like, it's hard to not make contact with the second rock right now if they really wanted to go after it.
Well, if you don't throw that, what do you throw?
Well, the freeze. I mean, they throw the freeze, they let them throw the double peel, and you know that at some point in time later that you're going to guard for now, and at some point, well, he's throwing the longer guard for now. This is fine too. You keep them busy peeling for a while.
That was going to be my next question. So.
Mine's great. Okay, you got perfect line. 2 even. Mine's getting really good. So you're getting to the middle stuff. No, line's good. You're getting to the middle stuff. That's a good spot. It's just the one. Like, they've still got to do this at some point.
There is a way to get all three of them here. You hit it on the throw the out turn, drive it across, make contact on the center line side. All three reds go, and your shooter should roll away.
You can just get them all.
I got good news, Sean. Connor Sims is watching the broadcast, so we can blame him.
I wasn't sure that was a requirement.
No, but it's just a nice bonus.
Straight peel is fine. So they'll throw the long guard for a couple here, and I'm still not 100% sure what their play is going to be when they do decide to come in. You can freeze, you can play the run back. The run back, you better dead stick it. You play the freeze, you let them double peel the guards, then at some point in time you make the play in the house, tap, and he has to draw to beat it.
So the long guard is executed. Peel, peel, peel.
Yeah, if he ever gets all three of them, it makes the task a lot tougher for Kleiter. So when they keep playing these guards, they have to keep it nice and high. You don't ever want to over-curl either. You over-curl, he might just go after the tight guard. Get the double peel on the two that are tight to the rings, and the long one by itself won't protect much.
But to your previous point, I mean, what's Kleiter's play going to be here?
Well, that's the question. And really, I mean, a lot of times we get into these situations and you got to wonder who's going to blink first. Well, there's no question here. I mean, Tuma's already got shot rock behind cover. He doesn't have to blink. Kleiter's going to have to make the move. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a shot rock that's probably good enough to win.
Yeah, it is. Well, and even if you make the run, you're not going to be full 4 foot buried. You're going to have a piece of the 4 foot. So he's always got to draw on the intern path. He's got to have the whole button for sure, and most of the 4 foot. I'm just not sure how you get anything in a better position if you're Kleiter.
Do you maybe corner freeze with the next one and try to do it again? I'm just spitballing.
Yeah, I'm not sure the corner freeze helps you. If you're going to freeze, I think you got to be right on the face. Because you play it through. You make the freeze on the face. He's double peeling the front two guards, and then you've got a tap in the house. Well, a corner freeze isn't great for that.
Don't know if you can get all the way to the face, unfortunately.
Well, that draw got there around the guards, so, you're following it down.
But we're going to throw another guard.
Yeah. Probably.
Maybe.
They're just talking through the options. Like, you probably need 2 shots to get shot rock unless you're playing the run back. And I don't think you're leaving it till the last one to play the run back.
Picking up some additional viewers right now. We'd like to welcome everybody who's watching that other curling event. Thanks for joining us here on Curling Stadium.
This is probably the last guard, I think.
Same line as the others. 2. If we're close, clean it. 2. No, that's close now. Knife then. Curl. Same spot right now. Curl. It's a really good weight now. Curl distance. Weight's good. Good.
get over far enough. I'll have to take a look at the long
Yeah,
shot.
it's pretty good.
That was definitely more. Yeah. Full honesty, our first shot was rip the open one. No, I mean he's got that suit. You rip that.
You ever corner hook the run back?
Well, I mean, you could. If the next shot, for sure. This shot, I don't know, because it's the run back you can corner hook is the center one, and that's you can't see that one. If he's playing a run back right now, he's playing it on the one on the angle, and I'm sure you're not playing over there.
We're ever awful little, right? No, I know. I'm just saying, like, that is a must.
I think I still like that.
Well, the center one's going to be a double run.
It's a tougher tack.
Yeah, but you play the one on the. You try to hook the one on the outside. He's actually going to play the corner freeze on this shot because that's a setup shot, right? You get the corner freeze with two guards. You can't peel both guards. He can run the angle if it's still going to be buried. You know, the corner freeze isn't great if he's double peeling, but there's three guards up there now. Wow. There's some risk involved with this. He's just trying to straight peel this guard, and it's thin.
I mean, it does have the benefit of taking away your opponent's stone, but you're going to invite the chase.
Yeah, which, I mean, he already knows that's probably coming one way or the other anyway, but you're going to let him play the out turn side where he can tap this stone behind the tee line and then have both turns to get at it with the last one.
This one is wide, and it goes past everything. I think that's definitely one where they were so concerned about screwing things up. Now here comes the run back.
Yeah, and this is dictated by the fact you got two center guards now, like, well, essentially center guards. Even if you roll this out, you're opening up a draw path for your last one. Like, this is not, you don't expect this is going to be the rock that's going to give you the chance to steal the point. It's just the one that's going to open up room for your draw on your last one.
It's been a game full of a lot of strategery. Kleiter on the run back. Make contact. Oh no, this is going to go over the top and all the way through. Right there all day. Oh, I don't like that.
No, you don't want to be in the 12-foot at all. He's coming around that.
I think you just got to throw the out turn draw down.
That's what I'd be looking at. They're looking at the in.
I just think that gives your opponent a chance.
It might. That's okay if you make it, because then no matter where if he made anything where he makes you throw, you've got a short run or a tap. Yeah, if you're coming around from the intern, I like what they're looking at now. Rather than try to tuck a corner, if you're going to do anything on the intern, try to leave it wide open. Right there isn't bad. Leave it wide open right there. If Rylan makes something somehow, it's going to be a pretty short run. You want to be able to see all of this rock.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that is deep as you can, right? But yeah, like, here's probably ideal. Yep, it's full floor. I think it's like half floor.
Sam Strauss throwing the skip stones for Team Tuma. have the hammer here in the extra end, all tied up. Trying to consolidate this victory. His first of 2.
Top 8, a little straighter early. Top 8. Okay, go, man. That's pretty good. Top.
Kleiter trying to get the draw time.
It's always straight. Play away.
We're already at your room.
We're just like right on your broom.
Or Josh.
This is going to overcurl with the head in mind.
Okay. See, now you just gave him a chance to come underneath.
Yeah, I mean it's not a gimme on this ice. This is a tough draw. He doesn't have a lot of room to play with. But there's not going to be any kind of run.
That depends how much you curl. You might be able to get to the one that's on the outside, the current shot stone.
Yeah, I don't think you might. I don't think they're going to play that. Like if he makes this well enough to be shot, you're going to follow it.
So the fans here in Martensville are getting their money's worth. It's been a great crowd all weekend long. Capacity crowds in the warm room. Final stone of the 9th for Kleiter.
That does not look wide.
And Josh picks this one up right away. This looks light as well.
Yeah, he's got to get by the yellows, though, and I don't think it's ever got a chance to get by the yellows.
And that's going to be a victory. So put 2 on the board for Team Tuma. They take a 6-4 victory, and they will move on to the semifinals. Semifinals are coming up in just 45 minutes time. Keep it here on Curling Stadium. We'll have coverage of both games. So for Sean Joyce and Kaylee, I'm Dave Schmelt. Thanks for watching. See you later.
Hey Mark, you ready for this game tonight?
Yeah, I'm excited, man. Cupsy, what are you doing over there?
Don't worry, boys. Was just on AztecSafety.com, took a fire extinguisher safety course. Paul, I'm putting out the fires from now on. Woo!